you said something very smart off the air earlier.
I am a very smart guy.
You said if people only knew what people do behind the scenes and really do stuff like that.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. People don't realize, the kind of checkers you'd be playing if what you said on the air was actually real?
I'd be a moron.
Yeah, it would be. It's sometimes it's sort of like the people who cover wrestling.
Right.
A lot of the quote journalists who cover wrestling, they know that it's performance. Mm-hmm. They do. Mm-hmm. But then, a wrestler will lose a match, and they'll start speculating on how upset the wrestler is. And I'm like, I don't think you understand that. They know the job they're doing. You don't.
Yeah, but I understand that, though. They could still be upset that they were written to lose.
Sure, every once in a while that can happen. Right. But, in a lot of circumstances, it's like, no, they're happy the match went off well. That's it.
Anybody believe the story that Michael did that on the air was real are the same people that beat soap opera stars with handbags outside the studio thinking that they're actually the character they play.
Wow.
You buy it too. You remember the Howard Cosell stuff? Fired, hired, promoted. It's wrong.
Oh, it's off.
That was all outtakes. That was off the air. That's if it had been on the air, then it would be different. But you
have it, Anthony.
The fact that it's on the air tells you that it's all for goofs.
Howard Cosell, his rants, it's in there. Don't you worry. I wonder how it's labeled. Hired, fired. You think it's Cosell, hired, fired?
Yeah, and obviously Andrew knows.
It was, yeah, exactly. It wasn't Bill O'Reilly. Remember the famous Bill O'Reilly outtake?
I'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Mm-hmm. What does that mean, take us out? Take us out. What does that mean?
Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Was I upset about the comment? Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But it was performative because I'm such a good performer on the air. But if people want to run with it, people on social media, you're the worst, what a lowlife. Okay, whatever.
But that's
not qualified, hired, promoted.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
But it's a blurry line. What they don't understand is that you could both be simultaneously mad and putting on.
Michael Kay's excuse for screaming at that producer was that he was doing, quote, performance art. He was performing, and he's such a great performer. And he actually said that. He's such a great performer that everybody believed that he was really that angry trying to get that guy fired when really it was just a show. And then Don LaGreca and the other, whatever his face, they both come in and go, well, if you believe Michael Kay was really pissed off about that producer, then you probably believe that pro wrestling is real or some of these reality shows are real. Give me a break. You don't have to sit there and bootlick him any longer. He's going to retire. It doesn't matter if you kiss his ass or not. That's not going to be the difference in you getting that job when he leaves. Just stop it. Just stop kissing his ass. He was wrong. Call him out for it. He was absolutely wrong. It's not performance art. You were pissed off. So how about coming on the air and being like, you know what? I stepped over the line. I was really mad in the moment. I shouldn't have threatened that guy's job. I talked to him off the air. I'm sorry for doing that. But instead, I got to believe it's performance art? Are you freaking kidding me? And then, by the way, if it is performance art, why are you pulling back the curtain? Does the magician show you where he keeps the rabbit before he pulls it out of the hat? If you're such a great performer, then continue your bit. But then you pulled back the curtain to tell everybody about it because you weren't man enough to step up and say that you were wrong. And for someone to be in the business as long as he has, and you are about the same age as him, to pull that kind of lie and bull crap to me was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And I sit here and I bust everybody's balls and whatever. I'll point out mistakes. If I ever go and say on the air for real, or go back to Spike Eskin and say this guy needs to be fired, you have permission to punch me right in the face. Because that is a ridiculous abuse of power, and that's a guy who I think had no way out, couldn't admit that he was wrong, and then painted this bullcrap picture